know, I'm Justin. I'm a junior here at Mission. I one of the FCA leader team here. I was born and raised in a Christian family. I have my mom, my dad, my sister Jordan, and my dad is actually a pastor down in New Life Church, and so now you guys know I'm a pastor's kid. Well, since my testimony is not becoming more of a Christian, I'm going to tell you guys something that happened to me that changed my life when I was in 3rd grade. First of all, have you guys ever wondered if God is real? Because, I mean, it's a little struggle every once in a while. If he's not doing a miracle in your life, or if he's not trying, if you don't feel like you're always happy and things always go bad, it's not because he's not there. He is there. And what happened was, I was at my friend Austin's 8th birthday party, and I was hanging out, having fun. It was at Corona Del Mar Beach, and we had a little bonfire. We were just hanging out. We just cooked s'mores and hot dogs and just finished cake. And we were all about to go and do some water balloon fights. And I mean, what 8-year-old doesn't want to go do a water balloon fight? So I go ahead and go out. The boundaries were you had to stay in the open area beach, away from the parents and away from the fire pits. Well, after a while, I thought it'd be a little funny and get my dad. That was a mistake. As I run back, I didn't see behind me. There was a fire pit with burning coals. When I fell back, I went head face forward, with my hands in front and my legs coming behind me. The next second, I know I'm on the ground screaming and crying. What happened was when I fell back, as I was about to go in, my dad took me out as fast as he could. It was still a miracle though, guys. My dad rushed me to the truck. There was no lifeguards, so it was just after the beach around 7 o'clock, so they all left. I had no medical care or help. The part that was a miracle was, with my hands and my legs in there, the only part of my body that got burnt was my left knee, and I have the scars to prove it. We had to scrape that dead skin off and work hard to get me to a hospital, but instead we went to one of our friends who's a doctor. He looked at it and he said, if this grows, it could be a serious infection. I mean, that's pretty serious. So we went home. Worst pain of my life, my dad scrubbed the sand out of my scabs. It was awful. I was bleeding everywhere. It was a horrible thing to remember. And then my mom and dad, my sister, prayed with me that night to be healed. And we prayed for the healing to start now, and so that I'll be able to survive this infection. A couple days later, it started to shrink. Right there, that was a miracle. So I go ahead and do my daily work at school, and when I come home, my mom tells me one of her friends who's at the party, her name is Mrs. Zhang, her son's one of my good friends, Justin. My mom told me, she said, Justin, Mrs. Zhang told me this. She said, Jamie, as if I saw God protect Justin in the fire pit and took him out. That is a huge miracle right there, guys. Now that we talk about the scars. The scars talk about in the Bible with Jesus being nailed on the cross. When he was nailed on the cross, he had scars. He had 2 holes, both in his hands and feet. 3 days later, when he rose back from the dead, there was a disciple named Thomas. He did not believe Jesus has come back, because it was just seeing a guy come back from the dead is unbelievable. He looked at him, and Jesus said, come look at my scars. And he believed. He remembered Jesus is back. And it says, scars can either remind us of pain, or what God is doing, or what God is doing in our life to make it better. Just like Jesus has scars because he loved us, my scars on my knee represent what God did for me and how he protected me, and I know every day that he is real. Thank you.